Hi, I'm TJ of TNK, and welcome to the first edition of Theme Park Tips and Tricks. On today's show, we're going to teach you how we pack our day bag for a theme park in Orlando, Florida. The first thing is, of course, what you're going to pack is only necessities. You're going to think you need everything you can think of that you brought, you want to bring it, but when it comes down to it, you're going to be in a park. It's going to be 67 degrees. You're going to be walking all day. You don't want to carry a lot. You only want to carry essentials. First thing is your bag. Now this is my normal travel bag I use at airports. It's very cushioned. It's designed to take a pounding, have all my gear in it. But this is not what you want to use at a theme park. What you want to use is a drawstring bag like this one. We actually got this sponge one at Universal Studios, and basically made everything a lot lighter in this bag. This bag is maybe 2 ounces at that. The other thing you want to pack, and this is a necessity, especially not just for normal people go, but especially for vloggers, Ziploc bags. You're going to use a lot of these. In Florida especially, the weather is crazy almost all year round, so you want to keep your stuff, especially your electronics, protected. So always bring a couple gallon-sized bags and a couple smaller bags too. The other thing is your wallets. If it's you and your wife, you want to condense everything down. Usually Kayla and I, she'll bring this phone case with her that has everything for our cards. Also put a little cash underneath behind the phone just in case we need cash. Normally you don't, so everything is cashless normally, but never know we need cash. And what you put in there is whatever credit card, debit card you're going to be using there, both your driver's license, phone, and if you're at Universal, you'll put your cards in here. If you're at Disney, you can use a card, but majority of people use magic bands. But that's all you're going to put in here. Again, we're trying to be lightweight. The next thing we're going to do is ponchos. Ponchos again, it's going to rain all the time in Florida. Don't know when. And ponchos at a theme park are going to be anywhere from $15 to $20+. This right here is $1 at the dollar store. I recommend getting a bunch of these before you go. I would say 2 a day. Because again, they're $1, and at the end, you don't want to be carrying around a wet poncho. You just want to be able to chuck this, move on. If it rains again, you got another one ready to go. Next thing, everything at a theme park is app-based. So you're going to need external batteries. So this is a Polaroid. I've had this for years. This works great. This one gives you 1 fluid charge. This was $10. You could go up to, I'm actually looking at one right now, it's about $40, but it gives me 5 charges plus solar power. So, but this is crucial, especially at Disney, Universal. If everything being app-based, you're going to drain your phone quick. Especially when you're in lines doing stuff, you're going to want this. We usually bring about 3 or 4 of these with us. Next thing to go with that is, of course, a charge cord. I bring a USB cord and plus a port. I like using a dual port, so if we find one plug in, I can both charge our phones at the same time. Plus with the other USB port, all the buses at Disney have USB ports. They're actually places to charge throughout the theme park, so always bring your cord, because even though we have this as a backup, if you find out that you got time to charge up, because again, everything is app-based. Next, if you're on any medication, you want to bring a medicine holder with you. Again, this one's protected. This one's got plastic, plus out here is protected too, so you can't see what's in there. Very, very valuable. Very, very important you bring this. That way you have everything you need with you. Next, tissue. Never know. Well, Kayla just smirked at me. Never know when I have seasonal allergies. Never going to sneeze. Need something to clean it up. Or if you're just need to clean something in general. Next, we found this out the hard way. Band-Aids. You never know when you get cut, or the worst thing is a blister. Everybody's made a mistake. You go to a theme park, you're going to walk about 10 miles a day, easy, all day long. So, always bring these.
Even if there are you wear shoes that you think are already broken, you've never walked a theme park in those shoes.
And also, you're going to be sweating in those shoes, so that also adds to more friction. So always bring Band-Aids. If you could find, also, we were kind of scavenging. They make these Band-Aids, they're pretty much made out of silicone. Those are the best ones if you have a blister, because it actually will protect the skin over it and around it. It can also prevent if you know you're going to have blisters. Next thing, Kayla brought this up to me. If you're in the summer, went the wrong way. It's a little fan, so you can fan yourself while you're in line. Again, especially if you're going to summer, it's going to be 1,000 degrees outside. They do have misters, but with everything right now, social distancing, the lines go far where there is no space to get cover. So you might want to bring yourself a little fan, or even one of those little battery powered Mr. portable fans. Those are awesome too, but especially right now of social distancing. Last but not least, in the regular stuff, I'm going to do another section for this year, sunscreen. Right, you are in Florida. The sun is out. Even when you cannot see the sun cloud cover, there are still UV rays that can get you. If you notice, I'm a smidge fair skin. I don't burn, I rotisserie. So always bring this with you because you're going to burn if you don't. Next thing, we are in a pandemic right now. Major thing you're going to need is this right here, hand sanitizer. Do one that works for you. This right here, this Puro. Kayla has used a different type because she does have eczema, so her skin does dry out. So make sure you have a hand sanitizer that's good for you as well. But always have this with you, especially right now. The other thing is I forgot to put out here, right back, is more masks. Right now, with everything going on, if being hot, you're of course gonna wear a mask in the park, but you will sweat through it. It's gonna get uncomfortable. You might need a change. Bring multiple masks with you. I recommend 2 extra per day, just so you have a backup, and you never know when you need a backup bag if it rains.
You also want to test these masks.
Yes.
Like you need to be sure that they're comfortable around your ears. Even if you're used to wearing a mask all day, you're probably not used to being outside in the heat in it.
Exactly.
And they will absorb, it's very humid in Florida, they will absorb a lot of that humidity. They're just going to get wet quicker, so you want to make sure that you have a backup.
Exactly. Next thing, sunglasses. It gets very bright in Florida, especially with all these rides that have metal, stuff that reflects off them. Bring sunglasses. I do not recommend bringing expensive sunglasses though. Go to Walgreens, go to, Walgreens, CVS, Walmart.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree, give yourself a cheap pair of sunglasses because they're going to go in this bag. You don't want to mess up your Ray-Bans or your Oakleys. So just give yourself a good pair of cheap sunglasses that if they break, they break. There's nothing bad with them. Alright, next thing is for all us vloggers out there. Right now, Kayla does have the camera, but when I pack in here, I also want that camera, because we all spend money on our gear, to be sun protected. So I always have what I do is with our camera bag right here that this came with, I'll take off this part. I don't know if I can get that off. Take off the little strap, put it here, and I'll also wrap it in a Ziploc bag just in case. The other thing I do is we all carry extra batteries, extra memory cards. One thing I'll do with these is I'll take a Sharpie and I'll have 2 bags. I'll have one for the batteries that say full and bad, and memory cards I'll do the same thing, which will be empty and full. That way when I put them back in here, I don't have to work, I don't have to play a game, oh, is this a good battery, this is a bad battery. Last but not least, especially if you're going to Disney, and something that I'm going to show y'all since I just got this for Kayla for Valentine's Day, if whoever your significant other is, don't forget your ears. I hope this helps y'all out with packing for a day bag at a theme park. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit notification bell for more tips and tricks and travel news. I'm TJ of Sail Away with Kate, and I'll be talking to you later. Bye.